Hi everybody, welcome back to day 9. Today we're going to start nice and grounded down onto the floor. So we're going to come directly onto the back and just rolling yourself slowly down, taking the soles of the feet together here and opening up the knees to the side in a reclined butterfly pose. You can take the blanket here if you'd like and just start with placing that nice and warm onto your belly. Relaxing your hands here onto the low belly as well. And if this might feel a little bit too much for the inner thighs, you can extend the legs forward here as well and just start with your hands here, grounded on the low belly. Now, as we begin our practice onto our backs, we will still place our intention. Take a couple of slower breaths here, down to your hands, down to the belly. And let's connect to our intention. As we connect to our intention today, I want you to use the power of visualization and see yourself in this future state. See yourself a little bit more grounded, feeling secure and at home within your own being. Rooted and steady. See yourself in this state as if it has already taken place. Fully embracing the energy of this vision. Notice how it feels at the heart space as we embrace this vision. Maybe a smile naturally comes to the face. From here, let's start to slowly draw those knees together. You can bring your hands to the outside of the knees and gently push your legs together. Take your feet a little bit wider apart and begin to do a couple of windshield wipers here. Just go a little bit from side to side. If you'd like, you could keep the blanket on the belly a little bit longer, or you can move that to the side now. And then see if you can extend the left leg forward, taking the right knee in towards the belly. Let's interlace our fingers here around the knee, flexing into both feet. And continue now to breathe a little deeper as we connect to the ujjayi breath. So start to create that contraction at the back of the throat, feeling the compression happening here at the low belly. And you're also going to feel that we are creating certain pressure onto the connective tissue at the upper thigh on the right leg, helping to release anything sluggish, anything blocked in these regions of the body. So starting to work with the area right away where Vata tends to get more out of balance. Good, and now let's slowly extend the right leg straight up. Wrap the hands around the thigh and start to open up the back of the leg a little bit more. Make sure that you are pressing forward through the left foot. If this feels too much, option is to keep the foot down to the ground. Good. Now either stay with your hands around the thigh, maybe you move those hands a little bit higher up. Take a few more breaths here, keeping the right foot slightly flexed, opening up along the whole back of the leg. One more deep breath in. And with your exhalation, let's slowly bend into the right leg. Place your foot along the outside of the left leg. And let's come into a twist. If you want to support yourself here, you can place a blanket onto the left side. And now let's twist our hips slightly as we drop the knee towards that blanket or down to the ground. Extend through the right arm and turn your head slightly over towards the right hand, towards the right shoulder. Try to relax as much as possible into that shoulder. And let's take a couple of ujjayi breaths here. And already here in the twist, we can begin the process of working with the vital organs, working with the channels along the spine. One last in-breath here. And with your out-breath, just slowly come back to center now. You can extend the right leg. Prepare with a blanket onto the other side if you are using that. And let's begin the sequence on the left. So interlace your fingers now around the left knee, flex into both feet, and create a firmer squeeze here. So activate your arms a little bit. Use your arm muscles to really pull that leg in towards you. Feel the compression now at the low belly on the left side. Let's take a few conscious deep breaths down to the low belly on the left side, down to the colon region. And imagine that you are providing this freshness, this rejuvenation, and this healthy energetic flow and movement with each and every breath that you take. Good. Let's take a few more breaths. One more breath here. And now let's extend the left leg up. Wrapping your hands around the thigh. Pulling a little bit into the leg here as well. Option is now to step the right foot in if it feels a little too much to keep that straight. Maybe some of you want to go a little bit further. You slide your hands higher up onto the leg. And you want to feel a complete opening now through the whole back of the leg. So really working with the channels along the back of the legs, from the heel down to the buttocks. Let's take a few more breaths here. Be mindful of the shoulders. Try to plug them back. Keep the neck nice and relaxed here. And let's step the left foot now to the outside of the right leg. Gently releasing that, and extend the right leg if you had it bent. Bring the right hand to the outside of the thigh. Let's twist into the hips and drop the knee towards the right side. It doesn't have to be fully down towards the blanket or definitely not towards the ground. So make sure that it feels healthy for your spine as you're in this twist. You might feel the effects, you might feel the sensations along the spine, but avoid any pinching pain. If that's the case for you, you're going to back off allowing that knee to come a little bit higher up. Alright, so let's take our final breaths here now in the twist. Can you feel the connection to the Ujjayi breath, that your mind is observing this breathing? That we practice this present awareness to ground and stabilize the activity happening on a mental level. Surrender into the space. Alright, and now let's slowly come back to center with an in-breath. We're going to step both feet in here for a moment, and then bring your knees in towards the chest. Wrap your hands around and sway a little bit from side to side. Good, and after a couple of sways here, we're gonna release the feet down. See if you can reach down towards your heels. Keep your feet hip-width apart, and we will just flow up and down in bridge pose together with the breath. So let's start with pushing the low back down, tucking the tailbone under. And with your in-breath, you're gonna lift your hips up, and we're gonna add the arms here as well. So I want you to float the arms all the way up overhead. And with the out breath, we're gonna slowly release the hips down as well as the arms, and just allow everything to lightly touch the ground. With the in-breath, we're gonna lift all the way back up, floating with the arms up, lifting those hips up. Exhale and lower the arms down as well as your hips. Good, 2 more times, breathing in, keeping those legs nice and strong as we lift up. Exhale out, slowly release and lower. Good, and then inhale, rising back up, last time. Exhale and lower. Good. Relax your hips now completely down towards the ground. Feel all the muscles softening and relaxing your arms as well, letting them be nice and heavy. Now let's bring the knees in towards the belly and towards the chest. Take your hands underneath your knees, and then we're going to come into a little ball shape. So lift your head up and let's rock forward and back. Good. Find the control here. Just gently massaging those channels along your spine. And now come all the way up to seated. Good. From here, let's arrive for a moment, root down into the sit bones, lift and lengthen a little bit more through the crown of the head. Let's see if you now can lean slightly back, allowing the tailbone to tuck under as you lift those legs up from the ground. So we're coming into our Navasana, boat pose, and we want to feel that we are engaging the abdominal muscles here. Breathe nice and deep. Maybe your body is shaking a little bit, that's okay. Just find those steady breaths and feel that you are creating some engagement here around the core. Good, one more inhale. With your exhalation, slowly release those feet down to the ground. Beautiful, let's cross over the legs here. And now if you can sit comfortably in cross-legged, you will stay like this. Maybe you take that blanket underneath your sit bones. And now we're going to take an in-breath, sweep the arms up high. With the out-breath, let's fold forward all the way down. So we've done this a few times now. You can either stay on your hands, optional ways to drop a little bit deeper if that feels okay for you. With your in-breath, just lengthening slightly forward through the crown once more. And with the out-breath, optional is to drop the head a little bit further down creating this bigger stretch along your spine, all the way down to the upper back and to the neck. Just take a few conscious breaths here, feeling that opening along the back of your body, feeling the compression here at the low belly. Focus on the ujjayi breaths. Allow yourself to drop a little bit deeper if that feels good. Alright, and now from your forward fold, let's slowly lift ourselves up. Take the blanket to the side and shift forward onto your hands and knees. If it feels too much to roll forward like that, you can always take your knees to the side. Alright, now we're going to tuck the toes in, lift the hips up here, and rise up into your downward facing dog. Bending the knees if needed here to create some length through your spine. And then let's walk forward all the way to the top, walking towards those hands. As we arrive here, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sweep the arms to the side and up. Looking forward, slightly down. Exhale, hands right in front of the heart space. Good, let's breathe in. Sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, step back with the left foot. Drop your knee to the ground. You could use a blanket here if you'd like. Untuck the toes. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Just drive your hips forward. Keep your gaze rooted down to the ground and drop into the right foot. Feel it nicely supporting you, having that right underneath your knee. Take another breath here. And now with your next inhalation, float those arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, hold. Take another deep breath in. And now with your exhale, you're going to join your hands together and at the same time twist over the right leg. Place your elbow to the outside of the knee and start to rotate gently towards the side. You're going to push the right hand a little bit into the left, twisting your heart open towards the right side, and look straight to the side, or you can even look down towards the ground. Working on maintaining the balance here. And if you notice that you are now holding the breath, try to breathe a little more mindfully and deeply. You want to feel the belly still rising and falling. One more inhale into this cleansing rotation. With your exhalation, push into the right foot as you slowly rotate your chest back to center. Beautiful. Now let's drop the hands down, tuck the toes in, lift the knee. You can take that to the side before stepping back into a downward facing dog. Let's pedal out the feet here for a moment. Just walk it out. Notice the different sensations between the right side and the left side. And now from your downward dog, shift forward with an in-breath, plank pose. Exhale, let's dip the knees down, then the upper body, all the way to the ground. Reach back through the toes, inhale, lifting up for cobra. Exhale, lower the chest down, tuck the toes in, and slowly press yourself up and back now, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we're going to once more walk forward. Take your time. And knowing that this walking forward is always an option if stepping forward is too much for you. You're gonna inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the side of them. Exhale, hands right in front of the heart space. Good, keep the gaze nice and rooted as we inhale. Exhale, fold forward and down. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Can also be a little bit low. Exhale, right leg steps back. Optional is to reach for a blanket here. Drop your knee down to the ground, untuck your toes. We're staying onto those fingertips and we shift the hips forward here. Again, just looking down towards the ground, feeling that you can really support yourself with that left foot right now. Feeling super steady, stacking that below the left knee. Continue to pull your hips a little bit to the front side. You want to experience a deeper stretch now into the top of the right leg. One last breath. And now inhale, let's press ourselves all the way up, float the arms up overhead. Exhale, hold. Take one more in breath. Exhale, join the hands, twist over the left leg. We hook the elbow on top of the leg, slightly outside the knee, pushing the left hand into the right now, and notice how I am rotating the chest nice and open. So if you have a lot of low back pain, you might do this rotation a little bit less, that's okay. If you want to go deeper and that feels okay for your spine, then try to create that rotation. Feel that you can now continue to lean into that left foot. So the left foot is really the base, the foundation of this twist. Remind yourself to breathe nice and deep, so you're working with the ujjayi breath here to get the benefits out of the pose. One more inhale. With your exhalation, slowly come back to center. Drop those hands down to the ground. Tuck the toes in, lift the knee. Remove that blanket and step back, downward dog. Again, let's arrive here for a moment. Just paddle out those feet, walking a little bit on the spot. And now with your in-breath, shift forward, plank pose. Exhale, either dip the knees down or shift forward onto the top of the toes and slowly lower all the way down to the ground. Reach back through those toes now. Inhale, cobra, so I'm lifting slightly higher. With the exhalation, lower the chest. Press yourself all the way back and take a moment now in a VATA balancing child's pose. So more than welcome to work with that nice heavy weight. The arms can also come alongside the body, just arriving into this little ball shape, fully relaxing, fully letting go. And let yourself observe and notice the effects right now through your body. Take a couple more breaths here. Now stay in your child's pose, but float the arms behind your back and see if you can interlace your fingers. If you have some sensitivity in your shoulders, you might just rest your fist onto the pillow there or onto the low back. If you want to have a slightly deeper effect, try to extend the arms and lift them up and away from the shoulders. And this is a pose where we might tense up into the neck and the shoulders, so I want you to keep that nice and relaxed. Just breathe now into the heart space, into the shoulder joint. One more deep breath in. Exhale. Slowly release and lower the arms down. Either keep them alongside the body or forward again and just let yourself soften and let go. Great, now from here, let's take the pillow to the side. Rise all the way up to seated. And let's bring ourselves down to the ground. Coming all the way down onto the back. And you can directly just take that blanket over your body. And as you lower, just bring those knees back into the chest. Let's place our hands on top of the knees and just go in one direction, circular motions, small motions. Massaging out that space at the base of the spine. Very calming for VATA, for the air and ether element. And let's go the other way, creating those small circles again. Good. And from here, let's just relax the feet down to the ground. Extend the legs forward and arrive here into your savasana position. Let go the ujjayi breathing and feel your body nicely sinking and dropping down into the ground. Embrace the weight of your body. And then begin to slowly move fingers and toes, the eyes nice and closed, a little bit longer. Optional to stretch everything out. Coming over to the side of your mat. Rising up to a seated position. And joining your hands together. And let's close our practice, bowing softly forward and down to honor this moment, honor our efforts. Namaste. I wish you all a lovely rest of your day. Enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 10.